In today's hyper-connected world, financial gurus are everywhere. From flashy YouTube videos to best-selling books and viral Instagram reels, so-called money experts flood our feeds with promises of wealth and success. But behind the polished branding and clickbait headlines lies a critical truth. Many financial gurus won't tell you what actually matters most about money in 2025. Whether it's outdated advice, selective transparency, or intentional omissions, there's a gap between what's preached and what's practiced. And in this economy, that gap can cost you your future. But before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. The world has changed, but their advice hasn't. Many of the most popular financial principles were built decades ago, in a world with stable pensions, low inflation, and secure full-time jobs. Fast forward to 2025 and the financial landscape looks completely different. Gig work is now mainstream, artificial intelligence is replacing human jobs at scale, and the cost of living is skyrocketing across the globe. Yet many gurus still push advice like just save 10% of your income or buy and hold index funds. These strategies may have worked in the 1990s, but they're insufficient in today's volatile, tech-driven economy. What they won't tell you is this: you need to adapt fast or you'll be left behind. Saving alone will never make you rich. Save more, spend less. This age-old mantra is still repeated by personal finance experts, but in 2025, it's dangerously misleading. The reality is, saving alone is not enough. While it's important to have emergency funds, saving your way to wealth in a world of 6 to 8% inflation and bank interest rates barely hitting 2% is a losing game. Your dollars are losing purchasing power faster than you can accumulate them. What financial gurus often ignore is the need for aggressive income generation and high-return investments. If you want to beat inflation and grow wealth, you need to learn how to leverage money, not just hoard it. The lie of passive income is a shortcut. If you scroll through TikTok or Instagram, you'll see financial influencers promising passive income hacks that sound too good to be true. That's because they usually are. Whether it's dropshipping, affiliate marketing, or rental arbitrage, the reality is that most so-called passive income streams are front-loaded with massive effort, skill, and risk. Financial gurus rarely mention the years of learning, failed attempts, and burnout that precede these easy income sources. Passive income is real, but not in the way they advertise it. In 2025, creating sustainable cash flow requires deep expertise, not surface-level strategies. They don't practice what they preach. It's ironic, but many financial gurus don't actually follow the advice they give to the public. They might recommend that you buy ETFs or cut lats, but in reality, they're building personal empires through brand sponsorships, course sales, and monetized communities. They tell you to live below your means while flying business class and selling wealth mindset coaching for $999. In other words, they're not building wealth through the methods they recommend to you. They're getting rich by selling you the methods. Understanding this dynamic is essential. Don't just look at what they say, look at how they make their money. The debt demonization myth. One of the loudest warnings from old-school financial advice is stay out of debt. While that's true for credit cards and reckless consumer spending, in 2025, smart debt is a powerful tool. Top investors and entrepreneurs leverage debt to build assets, scale businesses, and increase returns. Financial gurus rarely differentiate between bad debt, like financing luxury cars, and good debt, like borrowing at 5% to invest at 15%. The truth is, avoiding debt entirely keeps people stuck in the middle class. Controlled leverage, used wisely, is a wealth-building strategy that most traditional gurus avoid discussing in depth because it requires nuance and responsibility. Retirement is a myth for the next generation. Gurus love to talk about retirement, saving for it, planning for it, dreaming about it. But for many millennials and Gen Z workers, retirement as their parents knew it simply won't exist. The idea of working 40 years and then relaxing on a beach at 65 is outdated. With rising life expectancy and evolving economic structures, the future is about flexibility, not finality. Financial independence is no longer about quitting work forever. It's about creating enough freedom to choose the work you love, when and how you want. What gurus won't say is that clinging to traditional retirement models might leave you unprepared for the real future. The homeownership trap. Buy a house, it's the best investment you'll ever make. This advice has been passed down for generations, but in 2025, it's no longer universally true. With skyrocketing property prices, high interest rates, and volatile rental markets, owning a home isn't always the smartest financial decision. Many people tie up all their wealth in a primary residence that doesn't produce income. Financial gurus often promote homeownership as the ultimate sign of financial success, but renting and investing the difference can often yield better returns, especially in high-cost urban areas. It's not about owning a home, it's about owning productive assets. The emergency fund isn't enough anymore. Gurus have long promoted the idea of an emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in case of job loss or health emergencies. While this remains important, it's no longer sufficient. In 2025, a global crisis, recession, or job loss could last a year or more. Relying solely on an emergency fund is like preparing for a thunderstorm when a hurricane is coming. Today, you need multiple income streams, insurance protection, and access to liquid capital to truly safeguard yourself. It's not just about saving, it's about building financial resilience. You need to invest in skills, not just stocks. Gurus often say, invest early, let compound interest work its magic. But they don't always tell you that skills compound faster than stocks. In 2025's fast-paced economy, the people who win financially are the ones who adapt, learn, and reskill constantly. Investing in a new certification, learning AI tools, building a personal brand, or mastering high-income skills like copywriting or coding can often generate 10x returns faster than the stock market. Yet this message is often missing from financial content, which remains focused on traditional wealth-building frameworks. Human capital is your first and most powerful asset, and it's the one gurus underplay the most. The crypto and AI money game they won't explain fully. You've probably noticed that many financial influencers talk about crypto and AI, but only in vague, hype-filled ways. What they often won't tell you is that real profits in crypto and AI require deep knowledge, timing, and risk management. In 2025, both sectors have matured, but they remain highly volatile. Financial gurus either oversell these spaces with unrealistic promises or avoid them entirely to stay safe. But the truth is, some of the biggest financial opportunities today lie in understanding emerging technology, not just following traditional investment routes. You don't need to avoid innovation, you need to learn it responsibly. Financial literacy isn't the same as financial power. It's now trendy to talk about financial literacy, budgeting, saving, credit scores. While important, these tools alone don't guarantee success. What you aren't told is that financial power is a combination of literacy, strategy, access, and confidence. You could be financially literate and still stuck in a low-income cycle if you don't take bold steps. You need to think like a strategist, not just a saver. You need to understand taxes, business structures, global markets, and negotiation. In 2025, knowing how money works isn't enough. You need to know how to use money like a weapon. Most people sell time, the wealthy sell results. Traditional gurus focus on hourly pay, side hustles, and working your way up. But the wealthy understand a different model. They sell results, not hours. In 2025, the highest paid professionals are those who solve big problems, not the ones who work the longest. Freelancers, consultants, coders, and creators are ditching the time for money trap by charging based on value, not effort. Most gurus still preach hustle culture, but the real secret is leverage. Doing more with less time, using systems, automation, and strategic pricing. It's about working smarter, not just harder. The real secret, money is a game of behavior, not math. Here's the truth financial gurus won't say out loud. Money isn't about numbers. It's about behavior. You don't need to be a financial genius to build wealth. You need discipline, patience, emotional control, and long-term thinking. Most people know what to do, they just don't do it. Why? Because money is psychological. It's tied to childhood beliefs, fear, ego, and identity. Gurus focus on tactics, but the real transformation happens when you master your mindset. Once you do that, your financial decisions begin to align naturally with your goals. Think for yourself or be sold a dream. In 2025, personal finance is more complicated and more empowering than ever before. The truth is, financial gurus offer pieces of the puzzle, but not the full picture. They may sell you safety, but they rarely teach you strategy. They may inspire, but not always educate. If you truly want financial independence, you need to challenge conventional wisdom, question what you're being told, and take bold responsibility for your future. Don't just follow the noise, build your own signal. Because in the end, the best financial advice is the kind you give yourself after doing the work, learning the game, and mastering your money.